Okay, so today is the 29th of August. There's a Harley over there. 2025, sorry. It is approximately 4:10 in the afternoon, if you can read that. I don't know if you can see that. Anywho, I am only 9 miles into my ride today, and this is bothering me because I have been through 3 battery tick marks. And I haven't done anything abnormal. I rode down the Platte River Trail to that location, and then I was going to ride up through Broadway here, just because it is like Friday rush hour, and to give you guys a better idea of what traffic's like around here when traffic is bad. Not that you care, but I didn't want to go for a later ride because, as you can see, there were some clouds to the northwest, and I wasn't sure if it was going to rain. There is a chance of rain, especially after about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I should get back somewhere around 5 if these 2 battery things hold out. Because I'm down, out of 5 battery tick marks, I'm down to the last 2, and I'm hoping I can get that far. If not, going uphill on this thing's not gonna be fun. So, nothing really exciting happened yesterday afternoon or today or anything. I have nothing to report, in my life anyway. Yeah, just doing this. I got some things I need to do tomorrow. I'm gonna go, a friend of mine asked me if I could do senior photos for her daughter, because I do a little photography. I've mentioned this before. I'm a bit of a still life guy myself, but they didn't ask, she's just like, you got a nice camera, blah, blah, blah. It'll save us some money. And I was like, all right, well, we'll do what we can. But I can't promise miracles because I am not a miracle worker. There is no dedicated light thing here, so I'm gonna have to wait for all the cars to come and stop so I can make it through between them. Oh, and that light just turned green, so these guys are all gonna be going in a second, which means I'm gonna be waiting here a little bit longer. But yeah, I slept terrible last night. Apparently there were some people who decided Thursday night was the new party night, and they were outside in this on the side of the building that I live in right now, that I'm living in, and just all night. 11:30 loud, 12:30 loud, 2 o'clock loud, 4 o'clock loud, that kind of thing, just all night long. And it's very frustrating for me because I already don't sleep well, and then you add that to the mix. Are you crazy? But I got up, and as much as I did not want to go to the gym, I went to the gym, did a light workout. I did a pretty decent one yesterday where as much as I didn't want to add extra weight or reps, I added some extra weight to a bunch of my exercises only because I wanted to feel it, and I hadn't been feeling it. And I felt great. I love that muscle burn from exercising. Problem is, as I've said numerous times before, I'm not trying to get bigger. So I don't want to add more weight. And I already do 4 sets of anywhere between 10 and 15, depending on the day and what kind of mood I'm in. Because I'm trying to build long-term solid muscle and less short-term big gains. So, but that's me. Everybody's different. So sooner or later, I think I see it up there, the bike lane starts and we'll be out in traffic a little bit. But yeah, I still got an okay workout in this morning. Couldn't figure out what else to do, so I had an appointment at 11 that I had to be in. So funny because I get to my appointment and nobody's there to greet me. Like, that's weird. So I text the person that I have the appointment with, and I'm like, hey, are we meeting or what? And she contacts me back a couple minutes later, and she goes, oh my God, I didn't know we had an appointment today. And I'm like, Friday at 11. That's what we agreed on. And she's like, wait a minute. Are you Jason XYZ or Jason PDQ? And I'm like, I'm Jason PDQ. And she goes, oh my God, I thought you were Jason XYZ. That's why I didn't know we were meeting. I'm like, oh, so you have me in your phone wrong? Okay. So anyway, I don't know if that person was trying to talk to me or just look over my shoulder or what. Because I was waiting, I thought maybe she was saying, like, you're in the wrong bike lane or something, but no. This one's clearly marked, and it has the bicycle guy going both directions here, so. See right there in front of us? You know what, I'm gonna go. So yeah, a little upset at how quickly the battery's draining on this. Today, anyway. I mean, yesterday I went 20 miles. Didn't really, you know, end of the ride was still like the 5 tick marks. But when I started today's ride, the first tick mark went away in like the first half mile. So I'm like, okay, no biggie. I mean, that's still 4 tick marks. That'll get me through anywhere I'm going. And then bam, I lose another one. And then I lose another one. But as long as I got 10 miles left in me, we're good. Hey, puppy. So yeah, something happened yesterday. It really has nothing to do with me whatsoever. It's more an observation of the kinds of people that are out there. So I've mentioned before about the guy that threatened me a couple weeks ago, about how I actively try to avoid him, etc. Well, yesterday, apparently the building I'm staying in is doing a drawing for an e-bike, which, you know, cool. But, you know, one of the employees came up to me yesterday and said, hey, do you want to be in this drawing? And I was like, well, I already own an e-bike. And she goes, well, you can have a second one then. And I was like, you don't think I should give up, since I already own one, you don't think that I should give up my space for somebody else who might want one, but not necessarily have one, give somebody, you know, give more people a chance to win? And she's like, it's up to you. You know, you can, whatever, if you win it, you can do with it whatever you want. So I'm like, all right, yeah, put me on the list. So she puts me on the list. But then I talked to her today when I'm waiting for that other appointment. Oh, I almost bought that style bike, but I couldn't. I didn't want that one so small. So I go, oh man, I was making it through all the lights, and now all of a sudden I'm hitting all the lights. Very inconvenient. But, so, you know, today I'm talking to the same person because I see her, you know, while I'm waiting for this other meeting to happen. And I asked her about it, and she goes, don't worry, you're on the list. You know, you're in the drawing. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, cool. You know my feelings on it in the first place. However, there was another guy that lives in this building. The guy, you know, who threatened me before, he flagged me down, and he was trying to tell me that everybody was getting an e-bike, which didn't make any sense to me. She goes, no, I haven't heard anything like that. I'm like, okay. I'm just making sure because, you know, he was very adamant that today a truck was going to pull up and give everybody an e-bike. And she goes, no, that's not how it works. She goes, I don't even know when the e-bikes, when the drawing's going to happen. maybe next week, maybe the week after. She goes, I'm not even 100% sure on that. I just know you're on the list because I put you on the list. And I said, okay, well, that makes more sense. It kind of reminds me of being in the barracks where there's always that one person who thinks they know what's going on, so they pass around what they believe rather than what can be proven. And she goes, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go. And the light turned green right as I crossed. So, yeah, it was very interesting. Because then yesterday this guy, first he told me a big truck was going to pull up and everybody was going to get a bike. I was like, yeah, I don't think they can do that. I mean, that'd be pretty expensive. Even if you take my bike, which I spent roughly $1,000 on. Even if you take this one times the 235 units in this building, that's a lot of money. And even if they get the state and or city discounts right now for purchasing e-bikes, that's still a lot of money to hand every resident an e-bike. He goes, well, that's just the way that's what's going to happen. And then he started going off and telling me that, oh, no, they're not giving everybody in the building an e-bike. They're only giving veterans an e-bike. And I was like, yeah, I haven't heard that either. He goes, no, I promise you they are. Like, all of us veterans are getting an e-bike, because he's a veteran as well. And I'm like, still, that has got to, out of 235 units, that's got to be at least, 20 or 30 people. That's still fairly expensive for a apartment complex to just do. Like, I can't see them spending that kind of capital to do something that they are not required to do. He goes, nope, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Be here tomorrow morning at 9. And I was like, well, 9, shit, okay. I guess I can swing by before my other appointment. So I go and I go down there at 9, and I'm waiting in the lobby, and I hear one of the employees say something about bike thing, and I got up and I go ask him. I said, do you know anything about that? And he goes, no, I really don't. I just know there's something going on with bicycles, or they gave out some bicycles yesterday. And I said, yeah, that's what I heard. Yesterday they gave out some bicycles, like some, I don't want to say lost and found bicycles, but bicycles that were either donated or somebody found and then refurbished. So they were giving out bicycles to anybody who wanted one yesterday. But I didn't know about it until after. Gay stuff. That's funny. It is. Yeah, I'm not liking the fact that I'm hitting every single light. It's kind of interesting. It's a sign posted on the pole over here about Anne Bonny. I believe she was a pirate in the 18th or 19th centuries. It was like a play or something. I'm not sure. Had a QR code, but I couldn't get over there. I mean, I guess I could have, but I would have missed the light. But yeah, so this guy just kind of reminded me of those guys that you meet once in a while. And I'm not normally around this type of person, so it kind of caught me off guard. But the kind of person, in the barracks and the army, we call them, barracks lawyers. They didn't have a day in law school, but they knew everything about the law. Or barracks, military policy experts. They're E2s, E3s, E4s, but they seem to understand, they think they know everything about Army policy or UCMJ or, the do's and do nots of living in this kind of environment or something. And 9 times out of 10, those people are wrong. They'll lead you down the wrong path or whatever. And that's why I learned a long time ago, verify. Don't just take rando's name for it. Go find an actual person of authority and find out what's going on. And that has saved my butt numerous times over the years. not only like saving my butt, but also like saving me time. You know what? I wasn't planning on jumping on Spear. I was planning on taking Broadway all the way up, but I'm thinking maybe I'll jump on Spear just so I don't have to keep doing the stop and go crap. I'm on Spear right now, or over it anyway. Between the road in front of me is Spear East. The road that I just turned around in front of is Spear West. Each direction straddles the river here. So we'll go down. I think there's a down over here. For bicycles. Yep, there we go. Which means I could have just gone around the block instead of doing all this, but you know, hey, we do what we can, not what we want. So we're gonna go this way, just kind of save me from having to stop every 5 seconds, because that was getting kind of annoying. Oopsie, oops. Excuse me. All right, how are you guys? Good. So I could have jumped on this side from before I turned around, but I remembered Spear being bicycles on one side and pedestrians on the other, and apparently that's not down this far. Good times. So yeah, now we're on Spear. Well, Spear's to my right and Spear's to my left, and the Cherry Creek is right here. And if you go watch my very first bicycling video, when I got the A-Pass here, I crossed the Cherry Creek a couple of times on this same trail 30 miles south of here. So, yeah. So yeah, technically I could jump on here, ride all the way down there if I wanted to. Hi, puppy. Yeah. This is so much better than stopping at every corner. I don't know how I ended up in that cycle where I was just getting to every corner as the light turns red. But this, yeah, I just don't want to do that anymore, especially with the limited battery that I have. Because I'm going to be really surprised. I mean, I'll probably get 40 miles out of this battery charge, but I was getting about 60, 65. So I'm a little annoyed that I'm not getting that much. I keep coming back to that subject because it's bothering me. Sometimes I want to work through things, so I go over them. I want to run it through my head a few times, test different scenarios, things like that. Oh, somebody's on my left. Oops. All right. That building, you guys can't see it, I can see it. They have a crane on top of the building. They're putting looks like they're pulling a HVAC unit up to the top. Up to the roof, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it's got to happen. There's got to be a way to do it. So, I mean, unless I went further yesterday than I thought, but I reset the odometer, and I was at exactly like 20.7 miles when I jumped on the bike today. The good news is I'll get back, I'll charge it up, and although I won't be able to ride tomorrow because I'm going to be busy all day, I'll be ready to go on Sunday. And Sunday should be dead down here, so maybe we'll try something similar again. What's that building? It's got a seal on it. Like the Army seal. No, not the Army seal, the presidential seal. Eagle with 13 stars over its head in a circle. So yeah. But yeah, apparently I am in the sweepstakes for an e-bike. Cool. If it's nicer than this one, I may keep them both. If it's not as nice as this one, I may sell it, or if I go to Florida this winter, give it to my niece and nephew so they can ride it up and down the street. We'll see. But I am liking all the artwork you see down here. Some of it's nice, some of it's, meh. Oh, clouds are coming. Big thick clouds. Like I said, it's supposed to start raining around 5:30 or 6. And it looks like the clouds are actually coming in. We'll get covered by them here in a second. Oh, I need to go that way, sorry. This is where it splits, and bikes this way and pedestrians over there. You didn't see me, but I waved at that dude before I cut him off to let him know that I was coming this way. I am actually a nice guy, even if people don't believe it. But yeah, I had a fairly carbless breakfast. I've been making breakfast shakes after the gym. Just some mixed frozen fruits, some spinach, and anything else I can find that I can put in there. Right now it's almond milk. The other day it was regular, good old-fashioned cow milk. I thought I had some protein powder left over in my gym stuff, but I couldn't find it, which is very annoying because Costco had a couple of different protein powders on sale recently, and I didn't get them because I still thought I had almost a full jar of it. Yeah. So that happened too. Yeah, and I prefer to buy stuff like that when it's on sale versus when it's not. Oops. Excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah. But I wanted to get out because I did have some these pine nut puff things. They weren't real high on calories. I think the whole bag was like 100 calories or something. And it had a decent amount of fiber for something that's not an actual fruit or vegetable. So, and then I had some crackers and some dip a couple hours after that. But I wanted to go ahead and get some exercise in and kind of burn some extra calories if I can. Woo! Yeah, see? Sun's being blocked by some of those clouds now. And my bike does have a light on it. I don't think I'm going to go under anything dark anymore, like darker than that. So I don't know if I'll get a chance to. I've been wanting to get out more closer to dusk so I can ride in the dark a little bit and kind of test the light out, see how bright it is. Because this newer, updated version of this bike that I bought has a more robust light than the previous model. Kind of wanted to check it out and see how bright it was, but I'm just not out in the dark that much. Especially where I live. It's where I'm staying right now. It's a little dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. There's a few times now where I thought I've heard gunfire in the middle of the night. Not in the building, but you can hear it, a couple blocks away. And it's like, is that gunfire? That sounds like gunfire. So, is it some guy that's just outside shooting at the sky because he's excited about something? Is it, gang violence? you know, oops, that's why I wanted to go up. Son of a. All right, well, we're gonna go up here, turn around, and go back because this is the bridge I wanted to go across. So yeah, I mean I don't feel uncomfortable during the daytime, but in the evenings, I don't look forward to being out in the evenings too much for that reason, especially if I'm not in a vehicle. But that doesn't mean I won't. It just means I'm not looking forward to it. One of these days, it'll be duskish and I won't have anything to do, and I'll say, screw it, let's go for a ride, just to test the battery out. I forgot to, oops, oh, sorry. Downshift, there we go. I was like, oh crap, I'm still out of high gear. Oh, I heard some brakes, and I wasn't pulling the brakes, so I wasn't sure where they were coming from, so I was looking in front of me and behind me and everything. So, you know what? We'll just go this way. We'll catch the trail up here a little bit. It's all good. Oh, that's a pool. Check that out. Oops. How's it going?
Good.
Are you the best mom ever?
Yes.
Did your kids get you that shirt?
Yes.
Did you get them for them to give it to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
But that's a swimming pool right there. That's kind of cool. She had a good sense of humor. I appreciate that. Because she went along with it. She's like, yeah. All right. Oops. Maybe I should have stayed down. And come up on the other side of this. This building right in front of you, the tall one there, has a, has some lights that crawl up the side of it at night, LEDs, and they change colors and stuff as they go. What's in front of me here? Can I go over this? Hell yeah, I can. With my badass, giant-ass bike. Now, the only reason I went slow was because I couldn't see to my left if anybody was coming. Well, I couldn't see that far to my left to see if anybody was coming. So I went a little slow in case somebody came around the corner real fast. Oh, excuse me. Been across this bridge already. Yeah, I don't even, oops, hey puppy, what's up? I don't even know if I'll upload this recording because it's kind of boring. That's the glass house. Excuse me. Oh, puppy's having fun. Puppy's having fun. Oh, so much fun. I don't know if you saw, that dude gave me a look like he was just like mad or disgruntled with the fact that I was on the sidewalk too. And we've seen, over the last couple of weeks, we've seen plenty of bicyclists on these trails. So I don't feel even remote bit, like I was in the wrong there. Yeah, all the people who are home, walking their dogs. Oh. A lot of times, especially for some of these hybrid work centers, you have, they'll work from home on Mondays and Fridays and go into the office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of people out this early. Plus it's Friday of a holiday weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. City of Denver was mostly closed today. Oops. Let's go this way. So, and then, they were taking a furlough day because of the budget shortfalls. Oops. Excuse me. Hey puppy, what's up? It's an Australian Shepherd. I'm thinking about getting one when I move into a permanent place. I mean, there's a lot of kinds of dogs that I would get. I love my herding dogs, though. I love border collies. Rufus was supposedly a Australian Shepherd mix. And while he still had a good energy level, he wasn't nearly as batshit crazy as my border collie was. Which, you know, I actually don't mind the energy level of a border collie because I don't mind getting up and doing stuff as long as I have stuff to get up and do. You know, because it sucks when it's, you know, wintertime and it's snowing and it's 12 degrees outside and you just want to stay inside and your dog's like, no, dude, we still need to get out for 2 to 3 hours today. Oops, on the left. Excuse me. So, but you know, I also don't think that, you know, most of us should be sitting on the couch for 2 or 3 hours every evening. He says, and that's what he's done most of this past week because he didn't have anything to do. Yeah. I can't believe. I don't know if it's my perception or if the odometer's off or something, because I'm in pedal assist 3. I'm pedaling and I'm at a relatively high gear. Or low gear because there's a lot of torque, but high gear because I'm at a higher number. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a lot of pressure that I'm exerting as well as the pedal assist. And I'm alternating between 16 and a half and 18 miles per hour, depending on if it's flat, slight incline, or slight decline. Like right now, there's a slight incline. But I just came down a slight decline. Got up to almost 19 miles per hour. It just doesn't feel as fast as it has. So I don't know what that's about. I have seen a few homeless people on this trail when I was coming down, and this guy across the river that I'm just doing it right now, which is why I'm bringing it up. Ooh. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of bugs in my face too. On your left? But they were setting up their tents and their tarps and stuff because rain is coming. And I'm fairly certain with it being a weekend, especially a furlough day weekend, the Denver Park Rangers probably were not here not harassing. They're actually being very gentle about it when they run across the homeless people around here. They're just like, hey man, you can't have a tent up. You can hang out up by the river all you want. You just can't have a tent up. No permanent structures. But since they're having a furlough day, I'm pretty sure they weren't out today doing that. But maybe they were. Maybe they're considered, what's the term? The necessary employees. Mission critical employees. I don't know. Like cops. Cops are considered mission critical. Doctors, nurses, paramedics, mission critical. The lady at the DMV that tells you didn't put a period in the right spot on the 10th page of a form that you didn't know you had to fill out, not mission critical. Oops. Oh, that's the other thing that I said I might do, and apparently I'm not going to do it. Because we're in the Rhino district now, and there were a couple of bars up here that were, I thought would be, hi puppy, what's up? That I thought would be fun to come down to for happy hour. You know, meet the locals. You know, talk to some pretty girls, that kind of thing. I think this is like a little group of young Latino men that, you know, like all in their late teens, early 20s that are hanging out together. Not over here, but back there. Kind of sucks. I don't know if you saw that woman under the overpass there, but looked like she was trying to light up a meth pipe or something, which is always a shame. So I had somebody telling me today that's in my building when I was going through the lobby. It's somebody that I've met a few times. She's got her life turned back around. Well, she's turning her life around. She just got her first job in years. She's got stable housing. She's got mental health care. And she's trying to do better. She's trying to get custody of her kids, or at least partial custody of her kids. Because apparently while she was living under a bridge, she lost custody. And then she told me that, yes, she had mentioned, something about meth. And I was like, what? And she goes, oh yeah, when I was living under a bridge, I was doing meth. And I was like, oh, I did not get that vibe from you at all, because your skin looks fine. Your teeth look fine. Like, you would not guess that she was anything other than a stay-at-home mom, like a soccer mom. You would not guess anything other than that. But she's got herself a $20 an hour job now, which is nice. We actually went by her location the other day. And she's working through the process of getting all of her life back together. And I mean, she's like a success story and then some. I would never have guessed that she did meth. I mean, she told me she did drugs, and but I was thinking it was more like, marijuana, mushrooms, maybe some ecstasy, maybe some LSD. I didn't realize we were talking meth and possibly crack and all kinds of stuff. Oh man, these bugs! I keep hitting these clouds of bugs. Oh my god, they're crawling all over my face and everything. Horrible. In my hair. This is why I usually go for the rides earlier. One, so that if I don't come back all sweaty and stuff. Because I usually come back and then I shower and change. But today I'm probably maybe I'll rinse off. I'm not going to take a big shower. All these bugs, I need to get them off me. So, yeah, see, it feels like one's crawling in my ear. Oh, and here come the clouds. You're going to see them here in a second. But yeah, next week the Rock and Gym show starts, and I love it there. There's already a couple things that I want to buy if I see it. So that's cool. And then later this month is the Tattoo Fest, and I'll go to that too, assuming it's not terribly expensive. If it's like 10 to 15 bucks to get in the door, yeah, sure, I might go. If it's like 35 to 50 or something, I'm probably not going to go. I don't know if you saw the homeless people over there, but here's some more. Oops. I don't know if you saw that woman off to the left. She had the little pug dog and a tank toppy thing. I saw her, I know for a fact she's homeless. I saw her walking in front of my building the other day when it was raining. I don't think it was yesterday, I think it was the day before, and I felt really bad for her and the dog. Because she's a young woman, I'd be surprised if she's 30 yet. But more importantly, she has the dog, and I worry about that. I really wish I could stop and offer some of these people something. I just don't have anything with me. I don't even bring my wallet on these rides. Because I'm out riding a bike, I don't need a wallet for anything. But I just feel really bad. I feel like I'm leaving them stranded. Yeah, and I don't have a couch for anybody to crash on. I mean, if I was somewhere else, not living where I'm living, I don't even have a couch in the little apartment that I'm renting. So I have a chair and a bed. So I could get a couch out of storage and bring it in, but that's just a lot of effort for another month or so. And then I'd have to move it again But you can see how dark the clouds are. They're coming this way. That's okay. I'm only a couple miles away and I'm still on 2 tick marks of battery, so that's good. I'm at 17 miles. I forgot to... I reset the odometer, the trip meter, after I'd already gone a mile or 2. So take that with a grain of salt. So I'm technically at 18 miles right now, and I still got a mile or 2 to get back, or a couple, 2 or 3 miles to get back. So, oops. Ooh. Somebody burnt up something. Smells like some burning rubber, like a belt or something. I wonder if that's the truck that I just passed, because the guy was working on it. And checking everything, nobody's coming, safe to go, and we go. Planning to get the bike put away before it starts raining. I need to get a couple of things out of my trailer so I can get them charged for tomorrow. Good times. So, yeah, one of the problems I have is I have a box or a cargo trailer, box trailer, parked at the place I'm staying, and it's got some household goods in it and stuff, you know, some stuff that I moved out of my last place and just, you know, didn't have any room in my storage unit for, or stuff that I knew I was going to need in the interim. So I get, you know, I've been storing the bike in there because my bike's too big for the elevator at the building I'm living in. Like, I can't get it in. The back tire won't fit in. So some guy was like, oh yeah, just pop it up on the back tire and roll it in on one wheel. And I'm like, yeah, you don't understand. This is an 80-pound bike, dude. That's harder than you think. But because I even tried it again yesterday, and I was like, nah, I'll just go put it in the trailer. But I have, you know, laptop in the trailer, some of my camera gear, and a few other things. And I had a guy in a wheelchair the other day, likes to hang out on the front stoop. He caught me the other day, and he's like, yeah, he goes, you know, just want to let you know people are eyeballing your trailer, because again, I'm not living in the nicest neighborhood. I was like, what do you mean eyeballing? He goes, I've heard some people talking about what you might have in there and if they should try and get it. And I said, well, I have pretty robust locks on all the doors. He goes, yep, they said that too. So you know they've gone and looked. So I'm just giving you a heads up that your trailer is being eyeballed by some of these unsavory types. And I was like, great. So the whole point of that tangent is I don't want to get like some of my more expensive stuff out and bring it in, because I don't want some of these people to think that, you know, I have stuff in there that they want to get to. But I need to make sure the batteries are charged on the cameras and the accessories and stuff. All right, well, again, thanks for coming along. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to upload this video because while the ride itself was okay, some of the stuff I said was really, really dumb, or I was just kind of talking off the top of my head, stream of consciousness stuff, which I do a lot. It helps me work through some things. But I'm going to go ahead and thank you for coming along, and we will talk again later.